Hi. Earlier today, I was doing a workshop with a provider, and we were talking a lot about organizational culture. And after the workshop, I got a message from one of the attendees on the team, and she asked me a really great question, and I wanted to share it with you. In essence, what she asked was, Scott, how do we create a consistent and strong culture for our organization when we're spread out across dozens of different homes in multiple counties? And that's a very real challenge for so many providers out there because on paper, you're this big organization, but you know the reality all too often. It could be one or two staff members working in isolation on third shift at a home or a location that's maybe 45 minutes or more away from your main headquarters. It's challenging to create a consistent culture in those situations. So, what can you do? Wanted to share one quick thing with you here today, and it's about celebrations. So, what does that have to do with creating a strong culture? What I want to do for you is share a really great quote that illustrates this from Frank Blake, who's the former CEO of Home Depot. And if right now you're thinking, oh my gosh, Scott, please get in touch with reality. Home Depot has millions of dollars that they could throw at culture initiatives. Whenever Frank Blake is interviewed about culture, that is never what he talks about. Instead, he talks about celebrating people in practical ways. So here's one quote that jumped out of an interview he did. He said, how do you get people working in your organization to understand what you want? The most powerful way to do that is to celebrate them when you catch them doing it. So here's one way Frank would celebrate people. He would see or hear about people in the Home Depot doing amazing things, and over the weekend, he would write dozens upon dozens of thank you cards by hand. And he said he realized it was having an impact when one time he was visiting a store that he had been to before, and one of the employees had gotten a thank you note from him. And the employee came up to him and said very sheepishly, Mr. Blake, could I have another thank you note? And at first he was really confused. He said, what do you mean another thank you note? What happened to the first one? And the employee confessed, well, Mr. Blake, I'm really sorry, but I was so excited when I got it. I told my coworkers about it. They said, there's no way the CEO of Home Depot is writing you a handwritten thank you note. It's computer printed. If you get it wet, the ink won't smear. It's a fake. It's not that big a deal. So the employee got the thank you note wet. All of the ink ran everywhere and it was destroyed. And it meant so much to that employee that they were willing to get uncomfortable and go talk to Frank and ask for another thank you note. So that can be one simple way you can start impacting and celebrating your culture. One other way that you could do that is take a big topic that we talk about all the time, quality service. It's this big, vague thing that everyone is in favor of, but there's no real solid definition. I mean, think about it. You have two employees. Quality service means one thing to one employee and then something totally different to another employee. For some, sadly, it's just, hey, I fulfilled all the requirements. I checked all the boxes, job done. And for somebody else, they're like, that is a bare minimum. I'm not satisfied unless I've done this, 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 and this. But they're both talking about quality service. So you could celebrate examples of people providing the amazing quality service that you want to provide to the people that you serve and support each and every day. Highlight those people, celebrate them, talk about what they've done, highlight that story so that they feel celebrated and appreciated, but also other people in the organization can see that and learn from it, become inspired. And if you do that regularly, it will add up over time.